Hi, Cole here, colethompson.com. This week's video, last week I missed a video, it was about gratitude. But this week it's about my top three personal growth themes that I found in my blog to date. And number one is the 1% rule. Number two is reflecting on your life and your day and journaling. And number three is about getting out in nature, just having a break, relaxing, taking it easy. These things I've had to do in my own life to de-stress. I've been through a fair bit of shit in my time. I'm just going to pour myself a coffee. So yeah, I've been through a fair bit of rubbish. Part of it's my own doing, which I take ownership and responsibility for. And part of it is the circumstances of life. But these three things that I've just written about in my latest blog, I've used to help me get through, to help me to grow as a tradesman, a sparky, as a man, and just in life. The 1% rule is just change something a little bit at a time. 1%, will give you a 37%, return on the year. If you just do something a little bit every day to try and improve yourself. And to help you, I've read so many books, I've done courses, and I've taken notes. And these notes I've put into journals and condensed. And they're like invaluable pieces of information that I use to help me, and I will use to put into these blogs and help me hopefully help you guys, because that's the whole purpose of my blog, is to try and help other people. The old apprentice thing. You learn from those that have been before you, and if you don't, then you f up. So learn, and getting into nature, I absolutely love, doing the whole FIFO thing. I absolutely loved being away in the bush, out in the middle of nowhere, the fresh air, the vegetation. And these days, my wife and I, what we do is we just go for walks, and we just love being on the beach, looking at just the beauty of listening to the waves and all that sort of stuff, and going into the forest, walking in the forest and just smelling the fresh air. Have you ever gone into a forest and actually notice how fresh the air is? You get right in amongst the trees, get right in amongst a good block of vegetation. Trees, this big trees, especially, this really occurred in Queensland, far north Queensland. But smell the air, it's so fresh. And these things inspire you, they help you clear your mind. And the idea of personal growth is a big theme in my blog, and it's because we need to grow up. We need to grow and be better people, better tradesmen, better dads, better partners, better workers, better investors. We need to always be thinking about improving ourselves and becoming a better person. That's why I focus a lot on the personal growth aspect in my blog, and balanced living, because these are things that I've had to learn and grow in and develop. And believe me, I've got a bit of experience in all of that, and I'm going to be putting that into my blogs, into my website, for you, hopefully, to learn and grow. And that's it. That's this week's blog post. This is a bit of a longer YouTube video than I meant to do, because I'm not trying to build a YouTube channel. I'm just trying to highlight and point people towards my blog. So there we are. That's a bit of a ramble today. So hopefully it's let you get to know me a little bit better, and I'll put the link to my blog post down below. You have a great week.